everyone, it's Debbie with Book and Bujo. I'm so glad that you've joined me today as I start off January. So let's find out, what have I been doing so far? To start out with, we're going to actually go back to December 31st. We had, for New Year's Eve, my husband and I went over to our friend's house and we did a Bob Ross painting evening, which was so much fun. I had so much fun with that. It's the first time I've ever worked with oil painting. Yeah, never worked with them before, so that was kind of fun and a little bit interesting and a little smelly, but it was a fun night. And I will put the picture up here on the screen of how mine turned out, how my husband's turned out, and then how all four of us did. And it's so fun just to see how different each of them turn out when you're all, you know, doing step-by-step painting of the same thing, how different everybody's turns out. I love that, just to see the uniqueness and the creativity of everybody. And there is supposed to be a path, and I did not really leave room for one. And I kind of started to put it in, and I'm just like, no, I like mine just how it is. I don't want a path. We're gonna go bushwhacking through nature if we're gonna get to the water. I don't want to put a path. So I did not follow instructions and did not put the path, but that's okay. So that was so much fun. I loved it. And then we were in bed probably by 11, which was actually kind of late. We usually go to bed around 10ish on New Year's Eve. Like, we don't stay up. We're old farts. It's fine. And then let's see, what have I been doing? So I did make some scones, which are delicious. And I actually enjoyed a couple days where I didn't have to go anywhere. It was so nice. Just got to stay home and chill out and not go anywhere. It was beautiful. I did pick up my mom from the airport as well on the 31st. She got back from visiting my sister, and we had a nice afternoon and just kind of hung out for a little while, ran a couple of errands, and yeah, it was really nice. And we took all of our Christmas decorations down yesterday. Today's the 3rd. So I need to pick up my music for rehearsals on Monday, so I have time to kind of go through them and mark them a little bit. We're on the worship team this weekend, so I need to practice my music for that as well. But what have I been reading? Because that's what you're really here for, right? So let's go through and see how I'm doing here. All right, so I did finish Fae Song by Dion Williams on the 1st. And I also finished Dash and Lily, which was not on a TBR at all, but Dash and Lily's Book of Dares, because my library had it through Hoopla, and I didn't realize that, and I still had an extra borrow, so I decided to kind of pick that one up and squeeze that one in where I could, and I did finish that one on the 1st as well. And that one was really cute. I still think the TV series is a little bit better than the book, but it just has a special place in my heart. I love the TV series. I just think it's super cute. So I did like both the book and the TV series as the kind of separate entities that they are. There's a lot of places where they follow along with each other, and other parts where they just kind of go off and do their own thing and then kind of come back and then go off again. And yeah, it was enjoyable. I did really enjoy it. And then a library hold came in on the 31st for one of my books, and that was A Deadly Education. So that was the first book I started off my TBR on January 1st, and I did complete that one yesterday, and I thoroughly enjoyed that. I did not want to put that book down. It was very interesting and entertaining, and I felt like it was fast-paced and kind of kept you turning the page and wanting to know what was going to happen next. And I also started Unpredictable Magic, but that one I only have on my computer, and so I'm only reading that like maybe while I'm eating lunch or eating breakfast. It's super short. It's like 29 pages, but I'm only reading like one chapter at a time, so it's a little slow going just because I'm not giving it the time that I need to quickly work through it. But it is really interesting so far. It's kind of like the normal world, but you have some magic, and they are only recently starting to test out like healing magic on humans. So that's kind of where I stopped, but it's an interesting concept. And then I also started The Solstice Court by Jade Juniper, and I am enjoying this one so far. I'm not super far into it. Page 44, and there's no chapter numbers. It's just got the chapter headings, but I'm enjoying it so far. We've got 3 nations that are kind of around, that kind of border each other, and you have like a husband and wife type of relationship, and something happened, we don't know what yet, but they are now at war with each other. And then you have this other nation, which is kind of like the best friend of the other two, kind of stuck in the middle, and he has now declared his country and everything around him neutral. I am not taking part in your war at all. Enough of my people have died as consequences of you guys fighting each other that no longer. You cannot cross my borders, and I will not going to help either of you with the war itself. But if you need me for other things, we're here. But with that, he also has to make sure he's completely neutral. Like, he can't even let his heir get to know either side, because you don't want his daughter to show partiality one way or the other. So that's kind of where we are at the beginning. And I am very intrigued. The writing style is easy to read. I can see the personality of the author kind of here and there throughout the chapters I've read so far, and it lends just a nice quirkiness to the writing style. I love it. And then, since I finished A Deadly Education, I then started Red Seas Under Red Skies by Scott Lynch, and this is the second book in the Gentleman Bastard series, and I am enjoying this one as well. I have the audiobook as well, and I love that Michael Page is the narrator, because he also does Malazan, Book of the Fallen, and he is amazing narrator. He's got such a great timbre to his voice and his tone, and just the way he does all the different characters is just stellar. If you ever have a chance to pick up an audiobook that Michael Page has narrated, I would highly recommend it. But we are continuing to follow Locke Lamora and his crew from the first book, and they are again attempting to swindle some people out of stuff. So we got it's kind of a quest heist type storyline, and I'm not super far into it. I'm maybe about 20% of the way through. But it's intriguing me to want to pick it back up again and keep going and stop talking to you so I can keep reading. And I think that we are now up to date. So this kind of starts my January vlog, and we'll see where this is going to take us. And I will see you again later this week. And I almost forgot, I got a couple of really cool things in the mail. So my cousin's daughter makes candles, and she has this really cute shop that she just started, and it's an online service. So you can, if you're in the North Carolina area near her, you can probably pick them up, but I am not. So she mailed them to me. She does do the mail order service as well. And it is the Two Little Lights Candle Company, and it is based out of Kernersville, North Carolina. And she has all of her social contact information there. Then get a little thank you card that says, "Thank you for supporting me. Happy sniffing," which is adorable. And then also got the invoice with it. And the 2 candles I got are both seasonal candles. And the first one I got for my husband. The seasonal ones are only available during a certain time period, and then she has ones that are available year long. But I got my husband the pumpkin latte. And this one is coffee, caramel, cinnamon, clove, pumpkin, and buttercream. This is a 4-ounce candle, and it can burn for 25 hours, 100% natural. And she does use all natural scents and everything as well. And it has the little wood wick on the inside. And it smells amazing. It definitely smells like a pumpkin latte. You can smell each of the different flavors, especially the caramel comes through really well. The coffee, you get the hints of cinnamon and clove, and the pumpkin. So good. And like the richness of the buttercream. For me, I got Christmas Eve. And this one is cypress, lemon peel, evergreen, moss, nutmeg, clove, and allspice. That smells so good. And I would have done an unboxing with you, but my mom was here, and so I wanted to show her the candles because it's one of her grand nieces. So And on the bottom it does have the warning label as well as the instructions. So no need to trim the wick. Do not burn candle for more than 5 hours at a time. Keep on a level surface. Stop use once a 1/4 inch of wax remains. So you don't want to burn out the bottom of your container. But yeah, they smell so good. Definitely smells like a Christmas tree. Oh, I love it. So yeah, the Two Little Lights Candle Company. And then when my mom was here, she was visiting my sister and she was like, I got something for you. I'm like, oh my gosh, you don't have to get me anything else. She got me an amazing bread machine for Christmas. You definitely don't need to get me anything else. But she saw this and she's like, it was on sale. I couldn't pass it up. It was so cute. And then thinking of my quilt, and she found this really cool dragon figurine. It is so cool. I love all the colors. And it sounds like there was one that was just purple. My sister was like, you should have gotten her the purple one. My mom's like, no, this one. And it's so cute. I love it. And it is going to look amazing up here on my shelves right next to Dragon Mage. So cute. I wanted to do my alcohol marker swatching, and I've had these for a long time, so we'll see if they actually still work or if they're all dried out. At the time when I got them, they were the top dogs of the alcohol markers, and it's the chart pack. So I have the chart pack marker paper and then the chart pack markers. I don't have all of them. I got quite a few. And I got them when I was in interior design school and doing drafting and things like that. And we had to get some alcohol markers. So these are the ones that were suggested, and they're the ones that I got. Before I do that real quick, let me tell you about what I'm reading. So I did finish The Spell Shop. So this one came in from the library. So I dropped everything else that I was reading and got into this one. So I got the physical book and the audiobook a couple of days apart, so that was nice. So I did finish this one and it was really good. I really enjoyed it. And since I finished that one, I started A Shade of Madness by Tiago Abdallah, and this is the second book in the Ashes of Averin series. So far, I think the prequel novella is actually my favorite of the series, but I did really like the first book as well. And this one, it's good, not great. I'm enjoying it, but it's not riveting, like I can't put it down kind of thing. It's like, okay, I want to listen to an audiobook, so I'll put this in and then I have no problem turning it off. So far. We'll see. I'm only about a quarter of the way through, so we'll see how it goes once I get into it a little bit more. So yeah, I'm 29% of the way through on chapter 13. I'm also still reading The Solstice Court by Jade Juniper, and I'm 54% of the way through this one, and I'm loving it. It is so good. The writing style is really easy to read, and just the plot and everything is just so much fun. It's really cute. I mean, there's war and stuff going on, so it's not necessary that it's cute, but the characters are fun, and they're riveting. Like, I want to know what's going on with them, what's going to happen. So I'm really enjoying this one. All right, let's get into some swatching. Where to start? Start here. I don't know if I have these in any kind of order or not, but I'm just going to start at the first one and then work my way around. So these are the ad markers. They are non-toxic. They do have quite the scent, though. So it's probably best to use these in a large room. But it is by Chart Pack. This one is the Violet P94 and also 64 here. And these ones, as you can see here, they are a tri-nib. And so you can get fine lines, you can get medium and broad lines with these ones. And this is the Set A Basic. And then I also got an extra pack with these ones. this one's leaking a little. Yeah, this one definitely leaked a little bit. Well, I'm very impressed. So I got these in the late 90s, so early 2000, somewhere in there, and they are still going strong. So I mean, they're over 20 years old and they're still working really well. I mean, there's some messiness, and I don't know if I would recommend this type of case because this was a pain to get some of them out, which is how that happened. So yeah, I don't know if I'd recommend this case, but these markers are great, although they are quite smelly. And these colors layer well also, so I'm very impressed with that. I've never really used alcohol markers other than during my classes that I was taking and projects that we had to do for that. I typically just tend to use the watercolor markers, but I am very impressed with these, and now that I have this, I will be able to organize this a little bit better, so at least get all the grays together and that kind of thing. So yeah, kind of fun, and I'm excited to maybe do some projects with this. I mean, they definitely, even though it's marker paper, it doesn't bleed onto the next page, but it definitely goes through. But this would be fun to do some type of drawing here with the alcohol markers, and this paper is fairly thin, so it'd be easy to cut it out and then just glue it into my bullet journal. So that is something I will be trying. Yeah. All right, and that is my alcohol markers. And this is going to be the end of my vlog for now. Thank you so much for joining me as I went through all of my alcohol markers to see if they still worked, which obviously they still do. They're still nice and juicy, and they're great. It even came with a couple of blender pens, which I may or may not use. We'll see. And please like, comment, and subscribe if you want it, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss any other videos from me. And until next time, keep playing. Bye!